If they're tired, they should take shorter shifts.
Frank Rasmussen with a nice play, and there's a guy who can turn a game around for you, and here comes Frank. Frank on a run, tries to go into the middle, still with it though. Frank with some nice ball control will go back to Greg Willen. To Jeff Bourne, stripped away though, this time by Vosmar. The Wings want a handball, and they get it. A handball called against Vosmar. Vosmar arguing there with Toro Scabricin. As we look at Herb Silva, he didn't make the call, but Vosmar better be careful before he gets more than just a call against him. McKenzie was the guy that stole the pass away that Kim Runfed tried to play over, and then he fed it up to Kapka. Kapka scoring at the 9:57 mark. Wichita with the free kick inside the red line. Played in the corner, a little bit too far for Jeff Bourne. Frank Rasmussen hustling it down at midfield. Frank all the way back to Mike Dollar. That was one of those situations where Dollar couldn't pick it up because it came from outside the red line from his own player. If it comes from a Pittsburgh player, obviously he can touch it. Pittsburgh has it now in their own zone. How much time, Joe?
4 minutes left, Joe.
All right. Paul Child with it at midfield. Played up into the corner. Vosmar with it. Vosmar still with it. Tried to play it inside. Blocked by Terry Nickel. Bangs off the windows there. Jeff Bourne trying to clear. They're getting careless again. Bourne now. He'll play it off the boards to Terry Nickel. Here comes Frank on a run again. He's got Terry behind him. Frank chooses to settle it down now at the red line. Nice play there by Frank Rasmussen. Here comes Andy Chapman. Chapman settles the top of the penalty arc now. His shot. Whoa, and Terry Nickel almost got inside there and took it away from Mavlik.
3:20 remaining. 3:20.
Thank you, J.B. Johnson, the PA announcer. You know for sure J.B. will counting it down for you. We're getting down to the closing moments here. The Wings lead by 1, 4-3. They're trying to hang on after having a 4-1 advantage. Andy Chapman, who scored the second goal of the game for Wichita. Played around the board. Oh, Dollar with the save. Hit it in. It counts. Lots of confusion. Dollar with one save, but we're tied now.
Dave, what's happening? The Wings, you'll see it on the replay here. The Wings players are letting these Pittsburgh attackers come through. Mike Dollar, a brilliant save there, but a very alert player by the number 6 there for Pittsburgh to head it in. Dave Hogan.
And Hogan has a goal and assist here today. And now the crowd comes to its feet. We've got about 3 minutes left to go here in the contest, and it's tied 4-4. Well, what looked like a sure victory for Wichita at halftime at 3-1 has now become a nail-biter.
The Wings have done it to themselves, Dave, just by some sloppy play. They've just got to pick it up and keep the ball moving.
Andy Chapman up over the plexiglass and into the crowd.
I think we got a dangerous play there on hand, his high kick.
Andy Chapman with that bouncing pass from Jurgen Christensen. The dangerous play called, not a 2-minute variety. Under 3 minutes to go now in regulation, we have to say, with a score tied at 4. If it remains tied at the end of regulation, we'll go into overtime, and there it's sudden death. First one to score wins. 2:30 left to go here in regulation. Hagen with it. His shot, it just barely went wide. Piper tries to clear. Pittsburgh trying to keep it in. There's Hagen again, blocked by Piper. And now Mike Dollar has to say, boy, Hagen just barely missed. Jurgen Christensen trying to play it around, but McKenzie got in the way. And again, Pittsburgh putting the pressure on. The spirit all over the field now. It's a complete reversal of quarters 2 and 3. 2 minutes left to go now. Marcio Leite, who really, I think, has been the spark plug for this Spirit attack.
He certainly made a difference, Dave, with his great ball control out there. Dave Hogan has been working very hard out there also.
Played off the boards. Andy Chapman there defensively. Then back from Jurgen to Mike Dollar. And here come the Wings offensively. Kim Runfed across the red line. His shot whistles wide. Kim gets it back. Tried to play it to Jurgen Christensen. Jurgen stops Paul Child. Now Jurgen has it along the near board. Jurgen in the corner. His shot just barely whistled wide. 1 minute left to go in regulation. Christensen played around the box. Now back out to midfield. Dollar has to come up with it.
1 minute remaining.
All right, 1 minute right now. Nickel! Oh, it hit the post! Is Terry Nichols snake bit or what? He hasn't scored since February the 4th. Here comes Pittsburgh. Save Dollar, and what a beauty!
Some great end-to-end soccer here, Dave. Two brilliant plays on both ends of the field.
Certainly was, and Terry Nichols looking a bit dejected. He had what he thought was the game winner, but it hit the post just wide, and then Dollar came back with a save.
But Dave, he created that chance himself by a tremendous shot and a good move. Here we see the Pittsburgh team coming forward here, and I think we're going to see a great save from Mike Dowler.
Certainly are. Paul Child has it. And Dollar with the save. It goes up over the plexiglass, and Pittsburgh will have a corner kick with about 50 or make that 42 seconds to go. And that's approximate now because we don't have a scoreboard, but Joe's been pretty accurate here so far. So somewhere around 40 seconds to go. Well, a timeout has been called by Pittsburgh. They're trying to diagram a play here with their corner kick. Boy, some anxious moments here at the Kansas Coliseum. 9,200 plus on hand, and they're trying to get their wings a victory. Wichita had the 4-1 lead, and this is a game, Joe, that they can ill afford to slip away. Let's watch again the goal by, or the near goal by Terry Nichols. Here it comes, the pass in to the wings general. His shot, look at that. You can't get any closer than that.
That's right, Dave. Just great control from Terry because it was a difficult pass into him, but he killed the ball. He took the pace off the ball and set himself up for an excellent shot and was very unfortunate not to score.
So a dangerous corner kick for the Pittsburgh Spirit. Jeff Mantell signaling him out there. There you look at Roy Turner. What's the mood down there, Craig?
Dave, I have to be impressed with Roy Turner. In a situation like this, you might think a coach and player might lose their cool, but if anybody is cool, it's Roy Turner right now, and he's really got these guys just to calm down, play good soccer. If it has to go to overtime, we'll deal with that then.
All right, about 40 seconds left to go here in regulation. It won't be exactly a corner kick, away from the corner kick dot just a little bit. Bosmar will play it in to McKenzie. Save! And then Pear Runfed clears. What a save by Dollar. He just made two. Beautiful saves for the Wichita wing. But Child gets it right back. About 30 seconds left to go here.
30 seconds.
Block. Dollar now kicks it out to the sidewall. Gomez goes down hard. Whistle and a foul called. That one being called against Earhart Cap. Got about 25 seconds left to go here in regulation. We're tied at 4. Jeff Bourne across the board. He can't get around Dave McKenzie. Fans want a 2-minute penalty. They'll get no such call, but the Wings do have the free kick. 20 seconds left to go. Wichita with the free kick. Omar Gomez plays it in to the corner, headed up against the plexiglass, and then cleared, and that should be a 3-line pass. And we did get the whistle. I didn't hear it, but we did get the whistle. 3-line pass called. Now Wichita will get it back, Joe. 4 seconds is all that remains. So this is one last opportunity in regulation. Wow, what a game. Forney has to go up off his foot and over the plexiglass, and that should do it. 1 second is all that remains. 1 second is all that remains. Bourne had to go up off his foot and out of bounds, and that'll do it. The horn would sound, but we don't have a scoreboard. So regulation comes to an end, and we go to overtime. Our score at the end of regulation, Wichita 4, Pittsburgh 4, after Wichita had a 4-1 lead. There's the scoreboard you see just resting comfortably behind the Wings goal. Well, there's our own scoreboard, and it shows the tie, 4-4. And we'll be back with the exciting sudden death overtime in just a moment.
You can protect everything but your ego. because they know how it hurts. And they'll go for it again.
The best has a taste all its own. Enjoy it.
That about does it, Tom. Now you have your own Mid-Kansas Rainbow Interest checking account. Remember, since every unused balance will earn interest, the less checks you write, the more money your checking account will earn. Now, we're right here in the neighborhood if you have any questions.
Mid-Kansas Rainbow Interest Checking. Right on.
Look to the rainbow, Mid-Kansas Federal Rainbow, your neighborhood financial service center.
You've hungered for it, and now it's here at Bonanza, the shrimp-possible dream. 21 golden fried shrimp, potatoes, breads, and Bonanza's Fresh-Tastics food bar. You're exalted, transported, because you know the shrimp-possible dream is real. It's now, and it's only $4.99 at Bonanza.
Back at the Kansas Coliseum, there you see an anxious crowd on hand here as the Wings are tied now with Pittsburgh 4-4, and the crowd comes to its feet trying to cheer their Wings on. Goals by Child, Kapka, and Hagen have tied things up for Pittsburgh in that fourth quarter. Pittsburgh is now outshot for the game. Wichita 31-21, and that pretty much tells the story, and they really outshot them there in that fourth quarter. Memphis and Kansas City are still tied 3-3 after overtime. They're going into a shootout now at Memphis. Wow. Well, we're tied here 4-4. Wichita has control of the ball to start the overtime period. Jurgen Christensen with it on his talented foot. He loses control momentarily. It goes back to Mike Dollar. Mike now with the outlet up to Andy Chapman. Jurgen Christensen with it. Christensen at the red line has it go behind Andy Chapman as it was kicked from behind by Kapka. Here comes Ostaljic across the red line. Ostaljic with it. Still with it. His shot saved. Dollar. Andy Chapman tries to clear whistle, obstruction call against Pittsburgh, so Wichita will get it back. Boy, Dollar's made 3 great saves here in the last few minutes.
He's just played another excellent game, Dave.
4-4 our score. We're in overtime, and it's sudden death. First one to score wins. It's a 15-minute overtime period, and if it should happen that nobody should score in this overtime, which isn't in likelihood, we'll go into a shootout. But right now, Wichita has control. They'll go back to Kim Rundfeld. Kim, his shot just barely goes wide. Christensen keeps it alive. Christensen still with it, has it poked away by Ostaljic, but Wichita putting some pressure on now. Christensen again with it into the corner. Christensen off the front. It's in!
Great play by Jurgen Christensen there, Dave. Tremendous determination to dig that ball out on the board there. And Andy Chapman, every time Jurgen has it, he's always expecting it.
He certainly is. Andy Chapman with the game winner just a couple of minutes into overtime. You called it, Joe. You said, well, right before we went on, how about Andy with the game winner in OT? There it is, Mr. Overtime. Andy Chapman, his second goal of the afternoon and his 5th game winner this year. Andy Chapman has won it for the Wichita Wings. And Wichita wins 5-4. And Joe, if you have to look back in a game this season that really put the Wings over the hump, it's got to be this one. There you see Craig Bolerjack now getting Andy Chapman, who has just scored the game winner for Wichita. And let's now, Craig, if you can hear me through all this ruckus, let's go down to Craig and Andy.
Well, Dave, the excitement, you can feel it down on the field. Andy, about 10 seconds ago, you drilled it home for the game winner. Feels mighty good.
Jurgen did very well. He won the ball twice. He never gave up, and he kept winning the ball. And he gave that great pass to me, as what Jurgen does. And I had the simple job of just putting the ball home. And we made it hard for ourselves today, but we got the win, and that's all that we want.
Real quickly, Andy, 3 goals in that final period. Was this club tired after the road trip?
Obviously, we're very tired, but it goes for every team, and they just did very well, you know, getting onto us when we went 4-1 up. They never gave in. They come back, but our character showed, and we went on to win it.
All right, Andy, congratulations. Andy Chapman with the game winner. If we can, Coach Roy Turner is going to join us. Coach, it wasn't really pretty there in the second half, but I guess it counts in the win column.
Hey, well, it was one of those games whereby I think the guys got a little tired. A lot of frustration, a lot of anxiety. So we needed to just try and keep cool. It wasn't easy. This is a tired ball club right now, and when things are going against you, it's easy to just shout rather than to run. I'm glad it worked out, but it was a long second half, and I'm relieved that we're able to come out of it.
Coach, with St. Louis losing this afternoon, you're half a game out of first place. 7 ball games ago, we touched on it lightly at halftime, but you've got the home field advantage. 5 more home games, I guess, or 4 counting today, but you might as well take advantage and go for it.
Well, we've got to. You know, here we are now. If we can win on Tuesday night, who knows? We could be in first place, and we've never thought about that since last year. So therefore, I think we can look at the future with confidence, take care of the best crowd in the world, and hopefully we can come through, and who knows, we can win this thing.
Coach, one last thing. I was pleased to see the play of Tony Pesnecker today. He had a chance to come in, took advantage, and really got Wichita over the hump with that 4-1 lead.
Well, Tony, you know, it's always nice to see someone come up the bench and do well. But to come off the bench and score a goal, it's a great feeling, and he took the goal well, and that's what the team's all about. You can need 20 people who can do it, and Tony certainly proved that point tonight.
Seems like the guy you always want to go to, Andy Chapman. Boy, is he a clutch player.
Well, it's funny. The other guy that we wanted to go to, Jurgen, we thought he was dead. We needed to get him out. If the ball had gone the other end of the field, we could have had trouble. Luckily, Jurgen kept it in, and of course, how many times Andy's done it for us in overtime. Great goal, great win, and we're looking forward to the future.
Okay, Roy, congratulations down that home stretch.
Thank you.
Roy Turner, he's a happy man as Wichita in overtime, Dave, knocks off Pittsburgh, and boy, they're just a half a game now out of first place.
How about that, Craig? Great game. Good job down there talking to Andy Chapman and Roy Turner. Chapman, the game winner from Christensen, 1 minute into overtime. The Wings win 5-4.
Yeah, Dave, and what a great feeling for Andy Chapman. His parents are here from England. They just came in on Friday. Their first game to see Andy playing indoors at least, and what a great feeling for them to see Andy in front of a large crowd like this to score the game winner.
Most certainly. Wings played Memphis Tuesday night, Tacoma Saturday night here at the Kansas Coliseum. Get your tickets early. It should be a sellout for both contests. The Wings now within a half game of St. Louis in the Western Division of the MISL. The offensive star of the game, Andy Chapman, with the game winner. The defensive star of the contest, Wings keeper Mike Dollar. Well, this afternoon's game was brought to you by Budweiser, distributed by the House of Swan. For all you do, this bud's for you, and by Coca-Cola, your Wichita Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Coke is it. And by your neighborhood True Value Hardware Store. It's more than just a name, it's our way of doing business. Today's game was produced by Alan Snyder, technical director Mike Ferguson, and our engineering supervisor Marty Hefner. I'd also like to thank the rest of our KSN crew for another outstanding job, and a tip of the hat as well to Steve out of the Wings. For Joe Howarth and Craig Bolerjack, this is Dave Armstrong saying so long from the Kansas Coliseum. Don't forget to join us next week when we bring you the Wings live from Kansas City. Until then, so long, everyone.